We're going to be reading The Planets by Gail Gibbons. On a clear night when the stars shine brightly, you might see what looks like another star. But each night it changes position and star patterns. It is a planet. The word planet comes from the word Greek and the meaning of wonder. All the planets except for Earth are named after Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. A planet is different from a star. People can see a planet because the sun shines on it. A star shines because it is made up of burning gases that give off light and heat. Our sun is a star. Nearly every star is much bigger than the biggest planet. In very early times, people knew of 6 planets. They were Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Later, 3 more were discovered. They were called Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Today, there are only 8 planets in our solar system. In 2006, Pluto was designated a dwarf planet. Planet Earth is where we live. It is one of the planets that circle the sun. Together, they make up the main parts of the solar system. The word solar means connected to the sun. The planets circle around the sun. Its paths are called orbits. The time it takes for a planet to travel across the sun, it's around a year. Each planet year is different. While a planet is orbiting around the sun, it is moving another way too. It spins or rotates. The time it takes for a planet to rotate is a day. Each planet day is different. While a planet is rotating, part of the sun faces the sun. It is daytime there. On the other side, it is nighttime. People can look up on a clear night and might see Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. A planet looks like a steady point of light. A star twinkles. A telescope is needed to see Uranus, Neptune, and the dwarf planet, Pluto, because they are very far away from planet Earth. Mercury is the planet closest to the sun. It is about 36 million miles away from the sun. During the day, it is extremely hot. During the night, it is bitter cold because Mercury does not have any atmosphere to keep its heat from escaping. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system. It is made up of rock and metal. 1 year on Mercury is only 88 Earth days. That's how long it takes for Mercury to orbit the sun. Mercury rotates very slowly, so its days are very long. A day on Mercury is 59 Earth days. Venus. It is the second planet from the sun. It is usually the brightest object in our sky, other than our sun and the moon. At sunrise and sunset, it looks very big, bright star. It is bright because Venus has a cloud cover that reflects the sunlight. These clouds are made up of gases. Venus is 67 million miles away from the sun. It is hot there. Venus is almost the same size as planet Earth. 1 year on Venus is about 225 Earth days. A day on Venus is about 243 Earth days long because Venus rotates very slowly. On Venus, a day is longer than a year, and a year is shorter than a day. Earth is the third planet from the sun. It is the only planet known to have just the right environment for plants, animals, and people to live in. Earth is about 93 million miles away from the sun. Planet Earth has just enough gravity to hold its atmosphere around it. Earth has 1 moon. Earth orbits the sun in about 365 days to make a year. It rotates every 24 hours to make an Earth day. Mars is the 4th planet from the sun, about 142 million miles away. People wonder if there was ever life on Mars. Although the surface on Mars is dry now, it had once had rivers and perhaps even an ocean. In 2004, the Mars Exploration River mission sent two robotic vehicles to examine the planet's surface. Scientists may still find evidence of life forms. Astronomers believe that Mars looks red because of iron in its surface that has been rusted by the planet's thin atmosphere. It is very cold and is little more than half the size of planet Earth. Mars has only two small moons. 1 year on Mars is about 2 Earth days. A year on Mars is about as long as a day on Earth. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun. It is about 448 miles away from the Sun. It is huge. It is bigger than all the planets put together and has very thin rings around it. Jupiter is mostly made up of gases. Some of the gases from a giant red circle is called the Great Red Spot. At least 62 moons orbit around the planet Jupiter. It is the biggest moon in the solar system. It is bigger than the planet Mercury. Another moon is called active volcanoes. 1 Jupiter year is almost 12 Earth years. It has short days, just under 10 Earth hours long. Saturn is the sixth planet farthest from the Sun, about 886 million miles away. It is the second largest planet. Saturn's thousands of rings make it look different from other planets. The rings are made up of ice and rock. Some pieces are as big as houses. On Saturn is extremely cold. Saturn has at least 60 moons. Its largest moon is the largest moon in the solar system with a dense atmosphere. It takes about 30 Earth years to make Saturn to orbit the Sun. Saturn rotates in about 11 Earth hours. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun. It is about 1.8 billion miles away. It is so far away that its surface and Sun looks tiny. Uranus has 11 rings. Uranus is the third biggest planet, about 1/3 from the size of the planet Jupiter. At least 27 moons orbit around it. Planets farther from the Sun have longer orbits. They take more time to travel around the Sun. For Uranus to make one orbit takes about 84 Earth years. Uranus rotates in about 17 Earth hours. Neptune is the eighth planet farthest from the Sun. It is about 2 million miles away. Neptune appears to be blue because of gas in its atmosphere. It is almost the size of the planet Uranus. One of Neptune's has 13 moons. Triton is called and has the same size as the planet Earth's moon. The spacecraft visited Neptune in 1989. 1 Neptune year is 165 Earth years. Neptune rotates in about 16 Earth hours. Pluto. After discovery in 1930, Pluto was known as the ninth planet in our solar system. Now there are only 8 planets. Because of the size and unusual orbit, it has been classified as a dwarf planet. Sometimes its orbit carries it closer to the Sun than Neptune. As its farthest, Pluto is about 4.6 billion miles away from the Sun. Pluto is cold. It is smaller than the Earth's moon. It has 3 known moons. The largest one is called Charon. 1 year on Pluto is about 248 years long. A day on Pluto is about 6 Earth days long. Here on planet Earth, astronomers search the skies through telescopes. Spacecraft are sent into the solar system and beyond in search of new discoveries. We are always learning about the planets, the stars, and what lies beyond. It is fun to search the night skies for planets and stars from our planet Earth.